I have included some timestamps if you want to jump around. I also want to state that everything in this video talking about Suzy Lou and everything I do not know for a fact. These are just things that I have heard on the internet. If I forget to say allegedly sometimes, I would like to not put myself at risk of a lawsuit. So let's throw the word allegedly and just like fucking all of this that involves what Suzy Lou has done. Preface, Suzy Lou has allegedly done all of this stuff. Some of it can be proven later. I don't know, but I'm here to save my ass from a lawsuit. Everything in this video about Suzy Lou and what she's done, throw allegedly on top of that. Thank you guys for watching this video. I know it's a long one. Here's the timestamps. Feel free to jump around. Hello there, my name is Rachael Messer. I'm a voice actress for anime and video games. Some of the video games that I've been in are Borderlands 3, Smite, Paladin, System Shock, Warframe. Some of the anime include One Piece Stampede, Black Clover, Goblin Slayer, Tokyo Ghoul Re, My Hero Academia, and more are listed on my websites. I'm making this video today to give some insight on the Suzy Lou situation. And this is coming from someone who works in the anime industry, which I believe her actions have been hurting. And I'm not just going to talk about her actions, but other YouTubers who are doing the same thing. I would also like to mention a few things when it comes to anime and their copyright systems and how I've had to deal with that as a voice actor as well, and why I believe she's infringing on copyright laws, and not just her, but all the other content creators who are doing this on this platform. Firstly, for those Suzy Lou stans out there, I'm not coming at your girl. Okay, this is not an attack piece. This is not a hate piece. I don't know the woman. What I'm doing is using this situation to address issues that need to be fixed. And the Suzy Lou thing that I will get to does draw a lot of attention to it. And so I'm using the spotlight to showcase all of the people breaking laws in this situation. If you've come here to see me bully or harass or attack someone online, it ain't gonna happen. Sorry, you can go ahead and click off the video, but I am going to talk about the legal things that I know from this industry and hopefully address ways we can fix this problem and this community, because it's not just Suzy Lou, and that's where we get some issues. I also ask that those viewing this video do not harass, attack, dox, or bully anyone, be it Suzy Lou or anybody in the comments. I'm not about that. I do not endorse that. In fact, I condemn it. I have heard people say that she's being bullied, she's being doxxed. I do not know how true the claims are to the latter, the doxing situation. I'm not Suzy Lou, and I'm not a person who doxed her, so I have no clue if that's true or not. But I do know that she has been bullied for her looks in comments that I can see on Twitter. I ain't about that, chief. Move it along. This video is also a terrible idea for me to make, as every time I speak out about an issue on the internet, it does not work out well for me, but God bless it, I'm still gonna do it because I have a right to use my voice. You have a right to use your voice. Suzy Lou has a right to use her voice. Everybody can. Please do, in fact. Feel free to use this video, leave comments underneath it, or even make your own video about the situation if you feel so inclined. What I will ask is that please be civil. Understand that we're here to have a discussion, and we get absolutely nowhere from just shouting at each other. Please be willing to listen, as I'm sure all of us have some common ground in this, be it, I'm tired of this bullshit, in which case I'm really confused why you're on the video. It could be something along the lines of, I don't like anime being pirated. I don't like it either. And we can use common ground about it. It could even genuinely be, you're stupid. No, that doesn't fucking work. I ask that you be respectful to anyone you talk to in the comments. Understand that people are still people behind the keyboard, and you never know what somebody else is going through, especially with the times going on right now. I know I'm basically asking the internet to have a civil conversation on the internet, so we're fucked either way. But God bless it, I'm gonna try anyway. If you guys are used to my gaming content, which is normally what's uploaded over here, this is going to be a drastically different video. I'm not gonna make as many jokes. I will still curse a lot because that's just part of my vocabulary, but I am going to try to represent the 10 years that I've spent as a voice actor coherently and respectfully in this video. So this is completely different from games. If you don't want to follow it, feel free to just go watch one of the gaming videos. I'm going to break this video down into, smacking my hand on the table is what I'm going to break it into. I'm going to break this video down into 5 sections. The first being a brief summary of who Suzy Lu is, what happened briefly, and I'm summarizing all of this very briefly, what happened to cause her to get so much attention. It's going to be used to lightly catch up people who kind of know who Suzy Lu is, or if you have absolutely no clue and you're just basically screaming at the screen, "Nani?" I'm going to explain that shit to you. Don't worry, I'll break it down. The second section is going to cover my experience with the anime industry and copyrights as a voice actor who voices those characters, and what voice actors kind of have to deal with in regards to the copyright law for anime and how I think it relates to this situation when it comes to content creators. The third section being other channels who are doing exactly what Suzy Lu has been doing. Are they breaking the law? If so, how? If not, why? If they are, why is Suzy Lu being the one that is the primary focus of this attention and not them as well? I'm also going to talk about other channels that I think are damaging the industry, maybe even, if not worse, at least on par with what's going on here. Why I believe Suzy Lu is heading for a lawsuit, and the fifth section being how she can salvage her career. Disclaimer! Disclaimer. Disclaimer. I'm stuck! Disclaimer. I only represent my opinion on things. I do not represent any of the anime companies that I have worked for or currently work with. I do not represent any of the anime that I have been in this situation. I do not represent any of the games or anything. I speak only and entirely for myself, and my opinions are my own. I do not represent the anime companies in this video. I do not even represent other voice actors. I am speaking completely and entirely based off my own goddamn opinion. This is also not a video to attack people, and I don't want to use it to attack people. I want to showcase what is going on, and basically, while there is a spotlight on the situation, let's go ahead and fix the problem. I'm not here to jump on the bandwagon. In fact, I'm very hesitant to make this video, as I know for a fact it will have a negative impact on my career as a voice actor by speaking out about this. I already have enough issues. The social media team clearly doesn't like me. They have never given me a shout out or retweet when I was the lead in shows. And they do that for other people who are the lead in shows or even supporting characters. Those actors will get retweets, birthday shout outs and everything. And I don't, because I won't shut the fuck up. I don't know. Already having this video out there is probably going to get me blacklisted from some directors. Probably people are going to see this more as me fanning the flames than just trying to address a situation where I see so much misconception, so many people arguing. I'm just here to clarify some things from the perspective of somebody who works in the industry that is directly being affected by this content. That's it. I'm not here to bandwagon, and I'm not here for views. Because to me, my voice acting career is far more important than my views. That's why I have Rachael Messer Gaming as a channel, and my Rachael Messer channel that is my acting reels, my anime showcase reels, my video game showcase reels, all of that is on a completely different channel because I want to represent those two things differently. This is just a weird area where this kind of crosses over. My final disclaimer is this is not information that I have heard from the anime companies directly. This is information that I have heard from either directors that I work with in the anime industry or from other actors who went to the anime companies and asked, I swear to God, I am a voice actor. Can you imagine how many takes it takes me to get my goddamn lines right? But I talked to actors who spoke with, see, that's how you work around it. Asks is a weird word. Who spoke with company representatives who told them, yes, this is legal, or no, this is not legal, and this is what you do instead. I am simply passing that information off. Maybe you are a voice actor and you also want to know, hey, can I legally do this or can't I? Or maybe you're just somebody who's curious about this whole thing and how an anime industry professional feels about this situation. And also, if you are an anime actor who has a lot of experience, if I miss anything, please leave it in the comments below. So, let's get into it. Suzy Lu is a YouTuber whom I actually will not use any of her footage, any of that in this video. I'm going to use some tweets of hers. However, since she has stated in previous copyright claims that she believes her face to be copyright content and strikes channels down for that, I will do the same thing she does to copyright content and will turn down the opacity, but will use her tweets because I'm going to source some of those. And if you think that's me making a joke or attacking, it's not. I'm just using the same rules and logic that Suzy Lou is using. Suzy Lou is a YouTuber who uploads some gameplay content, as well as previously reacting to full uploaded episodes of anime, where for the most part, she just watches the anime. Now, there are ways that this can be done correctly and law-abiding, and ways that it shouldn't be done, and completely just staring at the screen, watching the anime go by, occasionally going, oh my God, what? That's why I get paid the big bucks, guys. Occasionally doing that does not count as a reaction channel, as I will warrant later on. For the most part, for those of you who don't understand YouTube, welcome to the fucking club. But I'm also not going to cover most of this from a YouTube standpoint. I am very new to YouTube. I don't have a lot of experience with it. I have friends that are very successful on this platform who have helped me out with understanding how tags work, understanding when to post, understanding these smaller things. I've also understood that how kind of copyright strikes work. But I have been very lucky to have friends in the YouTube field that know what this is, and they help me. But I am not an expert when it comes to YouTube. So I'm going to lightly gloss over that for those who know, because I think that is a huge factor in how all this blew up. But I'm not going to go into the YouTube side. I will let somebody who is a far more successful YouTuber than I explain that situation. You'll hear me refer to things as flagging a video. When you flag a video, you can claim the content as your own. And when you claim that content as your own, you can choose to do one of two things with it. You can claim the ad revenue, the money that the video would make from the ads, and then it gets sent to you. Or you can request YouTube to take it down, and the video is deleted. So if you hear me talk about flagging videos or copyright strikes, which there is a difference between a copyright claim and a copyright strike, but I'm mainly just going to use the term flagging for this. Suzy Lou was going about her business, uploading full episodes of anime with the opacity turned down for, from my understanding, about a year, maybe more than that. Her channel had been terminated in the past for breaching copyright, which means she was uploading content that anime companies saw, said, yo, this is mine, take it down. They flagged the video, and then they could choose, do I want to make the money she's going to make from this video, or do I want to take it down? And they chose, shut it down. Her channel was deleted, then reinstated. How all that works? I don't know. Don't do the YouTube thing too well. What sparked all of this, from my understanding, is Suzy Lou's clip was used for creative use, for fair use. And we will talk about this when we get into my experience with anime companies and copyrights. You can utilize something called fair use, which means you have transformed the content, be it to make a joke or a reference or to make a point. Criticism videos fall under fair use. I could, legally speaking, put Suzy Lou's videos in this video, where instead here I'll tell you what she said or what she did. I can instead show you those clips, but she has been flagging them. That is against the law. Because I have transformed the content and I'm using the content to make a point, to make criticism, to give opinions about. That counts as fair use. She then flagged the video and demanded the video be deleted by YouTube. YouTube deleted the video. I'm not going to get into the YouTube rules side of things. Again, there's more videos you can watch if you're interested in that. I'm just giving brief summaries here. She flagged that video to be deleted, as well as several other videos to be deleted. Now, yes, some people who are Suzy Lou stans will say YouTube deleted the video.
We also looked into your concerns regarding copyright abuse and did not find any evidence of that. That to me is shocking. What about the video in which Tipster interviewed a lawyer about whether or not a video that included a small clip of hers in a satirical form, which was then taken down, if that was fair use? The initial video, which used a clip of hers, let me give you an example. You know all the clips of DSP out there? You know, Memology does it. It's a Gundam does it. A lot of people have sound bites from DSP. DSP isn't out there striking them down. Not that I can see. Maybe he is. I don't know. I just haven't heard about it. The original video was absolutely fair use. The second video where Tipster covered it was absolutely fair use. To give you, what about Mark After Dark? These are very obvious examples of copyright abuse. I'm shocked that you would say you looked into it and didn't find it. It's really frustrating, Team YouTube. So did they check the video? Because I refuse to believe tipster videos just happen to get flagged 3 at a time. So you're going to ignore her false strikes at Mark After Dark. You're going to overlook her 3 strikes on Tipster's channel. I'm hoping Team YouTube reaches out because there's nothing in here.
Again, I'm not here to talk about YouTube. I'm just kind of talking about how this got her attention. She flagged videos for bullying, for harassment. Some of them, you could say they fall under that category. Other ones clearly did not. This can come across, and does come across, like she's trying to silence critics who are speaking about her. This, along with taking down other YouTube videos, is what started to spark the controversy. It is what started to spark all of this attention onto Suzy Lu. Now, while she was flagging people for using her, and the original clip was from a video game reaction. It was not even an anime reaction. Now, while everybody had their eyes on Suzy Lu for taking down their videos, or videos that they enjoyed, they started to notice that she was doing something illegal on her channel. Re-uploading anime and reselling anime. We'll get to that as well. This is where people mainly took issue. Is Suzy Lu alone in what she does as content creation? No, and I will get to those other channels. Do not think I'm gonna skip out on that. Suzy Lu then, in my opinion, did not conduct herself well, saying she did not flag the videos. Then it came out that she did. She's just been very either defensive or aggressive, and I don't know which because I'm not Suzy Lu. She could be feeling attacked and therefore it's defensive, or she could be on the aggressive side, considering she went out to take down the first video for fair use when she herself does fair use in her videos, according to her. That's why I put it in quotes. You cannot flag somebody for doing that and then expect anime companies not to flag you. So part of it has been how she has handled the situation. In part 3, when I talk about why I think Suzy Lu has all this attention on her, I will also cover the other channels and why she's specifically focused, in my opinion. To summarize, in short, Suzy Lu is a YouTuber who was false flagging videos to be taken down, most of which fell under the fair use category, and getting the videos deleted. This pissed off a lot of YouTubers, understandably so, and this video itself, I have been told, will probably get flagged, so enjoy it while it's here. But yeah, she pissed off a lot of the YouTube people. While they were all pissed off at her for false flagging, which is also illegal, they noticed she was doing the other illegal thing, re-uploading entire anime episodes onto YouTube, onto Patreon, and from what I understand, her own website to make money off of other people's content. Now, sometimes you'll see some of these channels that I talk about reacting to dubs, which does affect my field, or reacting to subs, which still affects my field. Let's use this to transition into section 2. There's a lot of rules when it comes to being a voice actor for anime and what you can and cannot do. Most people are amazed that as voice actors, we cannot sell the prints of our characters. I can put some pictures up of my characters. I cannot sell those at conventions. We cannot print these off ourselves and sell them as prints. That infringes on the anime copyright because I, as the voice actor, did not make that artwork. I do own my voice, which will matter in a second. There even are some contracts that actors will sign into that you don't get the right to use your voice afterwards. Example, on my other YouTube channel, I have an anime showcase reel. This shows some of the moments in some of the animes that I've been in that I'm very proud of, or that I think represent me well as a voice actor. Maybe. With that, I own my voice in those contracts, and it depends on the contract because other times you cannot legally do that. But normally, I own my voice. I do not own the artwork. The artwork is somebody else's, so I cannot print it off and sell it to you as a fan. What actors can do is we can commission an artist to draw that character, and we can sell those prints. Sometimes you will hear about an anime company sending cease and desist letters to artists at conventions. This is because they're drawing artwork of, say, Sailor Moon, but it looks far too similar to actual Sailor Moon art. In fact, it's done too well is basically where it's at. It's in the style too well. And so the company worries, could this artwork be misconstrued as actual artwork from the show? And that's when they will send a cease and desist saying, please do not do this. You can draw it in your own style, but you cannot draw it in the same style as the original artwork because you don't own that artwork. And as someone who does not own the artwork, even though I voiced the character, I cannot sell the artwork. Now, you will also see some situations like, say, my anime video reel. There are cut down sections of the anime to showcase my favorite parts of my voice acting in it. That is legally allowed because it is not the entire episode. And that's where it matters. So yes, voice actors, as somebody who works for the company, run into these issues. Now, let's talk about how anime company and rights kind of work, especially when it comes to different countries and different subs versus dubs, basically. From my understanding, from talking to directors at certain companies, when a show, like let's take Black Clover, when Black Clover says, hey, we've aired it in Japan, we want it to go out to the States, it will be bid on by multiple different companies. Maybe Bang Zoom wants to dub it. Maybe Funimation wants to dub it. Maybe Sentai Filmworks wants to dub it. There's also bids for these subs. This is sometimes, I believe there was this big divide between Crunchyroll and Funimation of who got the Dragon Ball Z sub. Dear Crunchyroll users, we have had an ongoing partnership with Funimation the last 2 years, sharing anime between users. Unfortunately, Funimation has decided to go their separate way, and this partnership will be winding down. I want to clarify, I don't think it was over Dragon Ball Z. I believe just Dragon Ball Z is one of the ones that went to Funimation. Also, you can hear my dogs in the background. They're very upset that it's taken so many hours to edit this video. Even when it comes to subs, there are still companies bidding for the rights for those subs and to air them in different countries. So they may pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for the rights to put the subs of Black Clover and sell it on Crunchyroll. When you take a video, an entire video like that, sub or dub, you directly hurt the profits, or maybe even just the break-evens of those animes and those anime companies. There are several anime companies in the States who paid for a dub, the rights to dub, and they lost money on the dub because it didn't get popular for 2 or 3 seasons. This is also sometimes why you will see a show, one of the reasons anyway, you will see a show that gets a dub and then never, the movies don't get dubbed, or the next seasons don't get dubbed. There are more reasons than that behind it, but sometimes it is a financial situation. So when somebody else re-uploads the videos, it directly hurts the profit of those companies and can, in fact, if companies and animes have lost money to the point where they will not rebuy to dub again, it does affect my job as a dub actor. And if you're coming over here like, oh, I'm here for dubs or subs, I actually watch subs. As a dub actor, for the most part, I'll watch the Inuyasha dub was hella good in my opinion. I like the Sailor Moon 4Kids dub, not for the terrible translations and the Pokemon dub, mainly because of the nostalgia and your trusty drying pan.
Hey, I know. I'll use my trusty frying pan as a drying pan.
God damn it, that show. Donuts! But re-uploading does directly hurt the fields. It is not always as profitable as everybody thinks. This is why some people think as dub actors, we make a hella money. Is that a sentence? Yeah, fuck it, why not? We make a whole bunch of money. We actually normally starting off, depending on the company, make $dollars an hour. And if you're just a character for one episode, you could just get paid, which doesn't even cover the cost to buy that anime. Later on, I will address how, as a voice actor, if I have to deal with these issues of copyright for characters that I helped create, in a sense, I voiced them, that's part of the creation process. I'm not saying, oh, I made the show. Oh, because I voiced the show and the character, I'm responsible for it. You can thank me. Voice acting, 10 out of 10. No, it's still the show. It's still the creator of the show, maybe the manga, but I am part of that creative process. And as somebody who's part of the creative process, if I cannot even sell a print and make money off of that print, it's a little weird to see somebody re-uploading videos of the anime and making $8,000 to $10,000 off Patreon every single month, which, by the way, I do have a Patreon. I make $70. Thank you. Thank you guys for doing that. Some people have asked me, Rachel, I would love to hear your commentary while we watch one of the shows you were in. Could you tell us, what you think about these lines, what it was like recording for the show, any of that? And I always have to respond with, I would love to, but I'm going to have to ask the company and they will probably say no. Now, there are ways I could do this legally. However, that will be in the next section. But I, as a voice actor, cannot do that. In fact, sometimes if you are a voice actor caught by a company doing that, you will get blacklisted for doing that same thing. If you think they won't send cease and desist letters to voice actors, they will. That's my experience. That's why I kind of have an understanding of what's all right to do legally with anime rights and what's not all right. You can commission an artist to draw artwork. It just can't be too similar. You cannot sell the direct artwork. You do own your voice, so you can cut down clips together, but you cannot upload the entire episode. In fact, I get worried just having another actor say a line in the show, because unless I know that actor well and I know they won't get mad at me, they could have an issue that their voice is being represented. Now, also, I'm not monetized on either channel. I don't make money from my YouTube videos. So I don't know if legally things change if you are a monetized YouTube channel that does make money off of those ads on those videos. And even if you do make money off the content, it seems a lot like, because it is transformed, it is cut down, it still counts as transformative fair use. So, prefacing that, and all of this will hopefully stack up. I'm probably terrible at doing this type of content. I'm not, this isn't my forte. There are plenty of other channels doing exactly what Suzy Lou has been doing.
Let's go! He's as strong as I thought.
Rasengan!
Rasengan Super Barrage!
You haven't won yet.
I can keep going, you know.
I can keep going! Don't mess with Kushina!
Is that Sage Mode?
Sage mode! Oh!
Sage Art! Massive Rasengan Barrage!
Oh!
More!
He has a set of techniques.
Aww. I like the symbolism, how he came up with that too. Yeah. Look at them. Aww. That's cool.
冗談だろ顔がいかつすぎるからほんとに手を加えるけどな落ち込みがおよりつってますだろ情けないぞああ十分すぎるほど情けここにいたのか
Oh!
こんなところで何油売ってるたちが階段に来る頃だぞ
Ooh. He probably has a lot of resentment for Togurama. His hair does look like Kakashi's.
And even here, it looks like there are some quick cuts, although how much is still left in just for laughing does not need to still be there. That is just filler. And we got enough of that in anime. Also, if you come over to their Patreon, which they do link to below, they say, please note that unedited anime reactions are illegal and will not be provided here. So they are aware that it's illegal. They're cutting the things out. Could they cut it out better? Yeah, but at least they're trying. At least they're aware of the law and trying to abide by it.
よっしゃ行くぞ
これまでの戦いを
So I was going to watch this until she spoke again, but it doesn't help that her mic is above her head, so she may be twice, one or two times there where her mouth was moving, maybe talking. I don't hear it, and I was gonna watch here until she started speaking, but I got other stuff to do. So you guys can check out this video and see if she speaks. I haven't seen any editing either. And again, I'm not telling you guys to harass these people. I'm just hoping that these people understand that this is against the law.
Maybe that was her, possibly? I mean, they were obviously pissed off, so... Oh, now they're bringing up that starvation thing again that he mentioned, that Sanji had mentioned. They kind of feel for people that, you know, they're cooks. People that are hungry, regardless good or bad, I can see why they would want, you know.
This also has quick clips and cuts in between, so he is sort of trying to edit to just the reaction parts. But he's also versus PewDiePie, where PewDiePie summarizes the story for you and only shows you clips to commentary on, and then will catch you up with his words about this happened, and now we're here, and this is the reaction I'm having. This guy is allowing the story, rather, to tell it and being quiet and cutting between probably filler sentences or something that doesn't need to be there, but is still allowing the anime to tell the story and really just making comments here and there. Again, there is no issue towards these people. I do not mean to shame these people. It is just a point of this would not, in my opinion, fall under fair use, which is probably why they're going to get struck. It's still not the unedited anime. There are still slight cuts here. But will it probably get them dinged? Yes, because it's just telling the story of the episode, and this is several episodes. PewDiePie did a, here's Yu-Gi-Oh! Episode 1, go watch the rest of the anime, versus doing all of the anime episodes.
If you want to return your master safely, come to Nova Garden, Bethnal Green as soon as possible.
She's all over him.
What a dreadfully written letter.
Sebastian! What is going on here?
Sorry for the noise, my lady. I assure you nothing's wrong. Please don't concern yourself.
Nothing, are you sure?
Everyone, I have business to attend. Would you mind cleaning this up?
This is a significantly older video, 2016, so it looks like he has moved away from just reacting to videos and basically re-uploading the anime. There may be cuts in this one. I haven't watched the whole thing. Seems to have moved away to actual reviews that are legal versus this. I would assume probably because this got claimed. But it could be somebody who didn't know they were breaking the law and then changed their behavior. I'd actually rather assume that one, that this means the creator is evolving and is trying. There's nothing wrong with people who don't understand that they're breaking the law once they realize that they've broken the law, changing it and stop breaking it. Most of the other ones that I saw were newer, but this is from 2016. He has since changed his content to actually be legal. This prior example was all, and this is post-editing, Rachael, by the way, hello! What he does now, which is anime reviews, and he does them well. So if you're somebody who does this type of content and you're looking to transition, this is perfect.
But of course they start out with Mirio trying to like spy on them and stuff, and Deku immediately spots him, and of course Mirio just sticks his butt through the brush, and everybody's super excited to see Eri, so nobody even cares that Mirio did that. Now once we actually get into the main episode, of course they're taking
this type of content could be classified under anime review, and it is called an anime review, a reaction if the review works better. This type of video is fine. The other type of video, not so much. Editing Rachael back, as I feel I did not make this clear enough. I love the face I just decided to pause on. From going on out in this section of the video, I am not saying that this applies to all of the channels that have just been shown. Some of them were editing the video. Some of them, like the guy that we showed, that he's changed it to more of a review type of field. I'm going to talk about other channels because there are plenty of others, and that's the others I'm referring to. Do some of these videos maybe fall in this category? Yes. I wanted to be very, very clear that I'm not saying all the channels I just showed you fall under this, as I was hoping by kind of at the end of them saying they edited, they didn't, they cut this, they didn't, they reviewed this, they didn't, kind of thing. They're giving content, or they're just making sounds. There are plenty of other channels that are doing the same thing, uploading entire episodes of anime with barely any reaction. Sometimes they put the video in the corner, sometimes they fade down the opacity. They're doing the exact same thing that Suzy was doing. It is still illegal. It is still re-uploading. That does not count as transformative fair use content. And it does affect the industry. Now, I have had some people say, other channels do this. Why is Suzy Lu being focused? I believe Suzy Lu is being focused because, one, out of all the channels that I have found, and I could absolutely be wrong, YouTube, well, and their search engine optimization bullshit on this platform is ridiculous. So there could be other channels that have more subscribers than her. But from my understanding and from asking around to people that do understand YouTube a bit better than me, she is still the biggest, most subscribed to channel doing this. Now, this has actually been an issue before. About a year ago, I want to say, Ricegum and Jake Paul put out videos advertising a gambling website primarily to their young audience. And Ricegum came in with the other channels have been doing this excuse. So if other channels do it, why can't I? Why am I being targeted? Well, you're being targeted because you're the biggest one doing it. Because you're the biggest one breaking the law.
And showing that other YouTubers have promoted this website as well. So Ricegum made a response video saying, "This dude calls me out for mystery unboxing." I think it used to be called PewDiePie calls me out for mystery unboxing. I guess he changed it. I don't know. But basically, I mean, his response was laughable. I don't know why anyone would expect anything else, honestly.
But anyways, he made the same type of video. Like 3 months ago. No one said anything. It wasn't a problem back then. Look. All these guys right here, right? They're in David Dobrik's crew. Whatever. They're influential. Got kid fans. Same thing. Open up boxes. This was 3 weeks ago. Way before I was doing it. Why did no one bring it up 3 weeks ago or even talk about these guys?
Everyone else did it. It's not my fault. Everyone else did it. Why is no one calling them out? Yeah, I did, dipsh. Okay, I brought it up in my video. Jesus fucking Christ. That doesn't change anything. It's the weakest response ever. I didn't even press that much in my video the fact that they're promoting gambling to kids, because I know Jake Paul and Ricegum don't give a shit. Obviously, they don't care. They just want to make money. That's all that matters to these people. There's no reason to call them out for anything unethical. But if you have something illegal, that's gonna reflect badly on everyone on YouTube. Ironically, you know, when Ricegum deflects to other people doing the same thing, you know, it's a shit apology, but he also kind of have a point. Why did no one care about all these other YouTubers doing this thing? I think it was the same thing with BetterHelp. So many people promoted BetterHelp, and most likely they did it because they saw someone else promote it and didn't think twice about it. They just thought, hey, well, other people are promoting this, so I can do it as well, right? And that's kind of the problem. You need to look into these things yourself and at least take responsibility when it comes out about it. Because even with BetterHelp, you know, when the story came out that it's kind of a shady website, a shady service, a lot of people took action that had promoted BetterHelp. They did the right thing, you know? But so many people didn't. People were just silent and didn't make any reaction or deflected as well.
Yes, there are others, but just because a majority of people are breaking the law does not mean the law doesn't matter. And I am fully here to address that other channels are doing this. Suzy Lu is not an exception to this rule that is hurting the industry. If you are only coming after Suzy Lu for the anime rights, it's not just her. And I'm not going to tell you to go target these other content creators. Hopefully they find the video. Hopefully they understand this. And they kind of have to understand that what they're doing is illegal. Now, from my understanding, YouTubers who know what the hell YouTube does, leave it in the comments. From my understanding, with certain things like popular songs, popular shows, popular videos like anime, they have their own unique code. And with that, the companies scan these videos, the algorithm, the bots, they scan these videos and they look for things that match this code. And then they will flag the video saying, hey, you match this code. Now, this can happen when it's not true. An example, a lot of my videos, I have music in. I pay a subscription to be a part of this website that gives me legal ownership, my own right to use this music in my videos, so long as I have the license for this content. They sell the license, they sell the content. It will still get flagged because some of these musicians will sell their songs. There's several different companies that allow this. They'll sell it to company A, company B, company C. You may have a license with company A and company C comes in and says, hey, this is my code, this is my music, and flags you. And you can dispute this claim by simply saying, Here is my legal proof that I have the license for this video or for this audio. This is because I'm also not transforming the music in any way, shape, or form. I'm not making a remix out of it. I just know. I'm just putting it in the backtrack as it is. And this video probably will not have any backtrack because I can't think of any good music that would go with this. But you can prove legally you have a license. Now, I've also heard some people say maybe Suzy Lou has a license to this video or to this content. If she did, it would be foolish of her not to disclose that information. It would be almost like she's just chasing attention if she didn't disclose that she can legally re-upload the anime. As well as when anime companies, again, when Black Clover or something, and I'm using this as an example, when Black Clover decides, hey, I want it dubbed into English, companies will bid for that. And they hope to make a profit off of there. There have been some shows where they pay more than what they make back from the first season, and they don't see a profit until the second. They also bid for the sole rights, the exclusive rights. This means that they are the only people who can dub this in English and sell it legally. So, with them bidding for sole rights, I find it very hard to believe that Suzy Lou is an exception to this, that they've just chosen a random YouTuber to allow this. And if that is true, why is she fading the opacity down on the videos, on the anime, so that the bots cannot detect that code? Because the bots will scan the video, they'll look for the code. If it were flagged, like my videos will get flagged for songs, I just say, here's my license, they remove the claim, and everything's good. That's all she has to do if she has legal ownership. So the way she's acting shows that legally she does not have ownership, as well as other channels. She's not even the only one that does this opacity thing, which to me, as an outsider looking in, tells me that these content creators know what they're doing is against the law, or at the very least infringes on the copyright. Because that means that to intentionally fade down the opacity, nobody just decides, hey, let me make this video in like 4% opacity. No, they do this because at one point they've been claimed, they've been hit with that copyright, and they cannot legally dispute it because they did not transform the content and they don't have a license to do that. So they try to get around the bots. So again, not just Suzy Lou, other channels are doing this. In fact, I would even argue that there are channels that either are doing just as bad or maybe even doing worse. I'm going to put some images up on the screen of different channels where you can find the entire dub of a season or the entire sub of a season of anime up on these channels. Now, I am not telling anybody to go attack these channels, to go bully these channels. No, but you can choose not to support them with your views. YouTubers, the views do matter on YouTube. There are going to be people that make content because they like the content they're making. But there were also channels that played Happy Wheels just because it got views. They didn't like the game. They just knew it got the views. So as an audience member on this platform, you can choose not to support these with your views. Now, I'm going to show a show. You have transformative content. This is a video where somebody has taken clips of the anime and cut them down. It's not the entire episode. And then there are videos where it is the entire episode. They've just put it in a box on the corner. I do not know if these videos have been flagged by the companies to give them the revenue. Remember back when we talked about you can flag a video to be taken down, or you can flag a video to make money off of it, to get all the profit that would have come from that video. I cannot say, because I am not these channels, that their video hasn't been flagged and all the money from that is going to the companies. I don't know. But it is, and I do see the point of some of the people in Suzy Lou's corner, where, don't get up in arms about me, let me explain. If they think this is just an anime uploading thing, they have a right to say, why are these other channels not being called out? And that's what I'm doing. And called out is such a harsh term. The attention being brought upon them. Just like Rice Gum and Jake Paul were the main targets for the videos of the gambling sites, they were targeted because they were the biggest channel doing that type of content. She is the biggest channel. Some of these channels have 26,000 subscribers, 18,000 subscribers, and that's still a lot of people, but it's not the 360,000 she has. But if these videos are strictly up just for them to make a profit off of, because if you don't know, YouTube's algorithm and the bots are just so goddamn flawed. It's terrible. And I'm not the only creator that has spoken. This is not new information. It's very easily accessible if you watch any content creator. They've probably at some point addressed that they can't even hum a song or say lyrics to a song because it'll get flagged and claimed. I've even had a film that I was in that I got permission from the sole creator of it. The guy who filmed it, the guy who wrote it, the guy who directed it. He gave me permission to upload my section of the film. Now, not only does this fall under fair use, as I have cut down the film to showcase my acting, but I had permission as well. And this was claimed by another company that had absolutely nothing to do with it, because there is no punishment for claiming a video, so people can do it. And that's how people can misuse the system. And I think that's why most people are mad at Suzy Lu. It's not necessarily because she was doing the anime, because other channels were doing this. It's because she was false flagging videos and she got attention for it. That's why most people are pissed off. And while she had the attention of them, they noticed she was doing other illegal things. Should these other channels have to abide by the same laws? Absolutely. What they're doing is still illegal. I do not think Suzy Lu is an exception to this rule. She just happens to be the biggest one that you could say people are making an example out of. Just like with Rice Gum and Jake Paul. God, I hate talking about them. Some people have also made the argument, well, they're all getting away with it. No, they shouldn't be. Just because they've been getting away with it, or just because they are still getting away with it, does not make it legal. It does not make it right. Again, just because a lot of people are breaking the law does not make it not the law. And I'm trying to use this situation, and that's the whole point of this video, is trying to use the situation to showcase not only how her actions can harm the field that I work in, but actions of other people that are not getting addressed in this situation because they didn't false flag videos, they're also still hurting the industry, and they should not be overlooked. What they're doing is still illegal, and in my opinion, it's only a matter of time before one of the anime companies finds it and flags it. This is a situation where either YouTube needs to make a better flagging system. I don't know. I wouldn't know the way to fix this from an algorithm standpoint. From a YouTube content creation viewer kind of thing, I don't know. That's not a field I work in very much. I mainly do voice acting with some gameplay videos along the way. So I don't have a technical solution for that. The best I can figure is maybe they found some better way for a large amount of people to say, hey, this video belongs to another company and they're profiting off of it. And then everybody else can flag it. But before you start just randomly flagging videos, let's talk about what counts as fair use. In a tweet, I don't know if it's deleted or not, Suzy Lu talked about how PewDiePie did a video regarding Yu-Gi-Oh! And reacting to the first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! And the dub, which props to him, because I can't. That was a show I tried to rewatch because nostalgia had me feeling like it was a great show. And looking back, I don't know how my parents were able to sit in the same room and subject themselves to this. But what PewDiePie did in that video, and I will source his video, as I don't think PewDiePie will flag me, what he did does count as fair use. He did not show the entire episode. He cut out parts that he wasn't reacting. And he didn't include things where it would have been very easy to include the anime and have the anime tell the story. Instead, he'll stop the video, explain what happened, and then resume with his next reaction and feedback. This is transformative content. It's not the entire episode. It's just kind of highlights from it and highlights of moments that he has things to point out. It's the most annoying person here, editing Rachael. I'm sorry, I've been at the computer for goddamn so many hours. If you can see the time, you can probably know. I also want to point out that there are sections where PewDiePie does let the video play if it's just going to be 5 or 6 sentences and maybe a little downtime to show something. He does not show the entire episode. He also only picks one episode. He does not do episode 23, 24, 25, 26. He picks one episode, cuts sections down. You can see if you are familiar with the episode, you can see sections where he will jump scenes, cut out entire sections that are obvious plot points. So versus just cutting out maybe some filler lines, and there are filler lines. I hope I'm explaining this right. It's how much you cut out. So if the scene could be condensed down to 1 sentence or 2 sentences, he would normally condense it down to 2 sentences. If he needed to make fun of the whole scene, he would show a better portion of the scene, a larger portion of the scene. But he would not just cut out maybe some music sections or background people cheering or dogs barking.
Rare card. Could they have found the card that I've been searching for?
How did they do this voice acting unironically? Rare card. Could they have been the searching card? I can't even speak. Rare card. My god. Kaiba is my man. Alright, but it gets more confusing. Alright, I guess this is company? Kaiba
Gentlemen,
company?
there's a little something I'd like you to pick up for me at the game shop.
At the game shop. The one game shop.
Hello? Game shop?
Ah, Yugi. Perfect.
Kaiba?
Your grandfather's here visiting, but he's not feeling well.
We fucked his granddad up. This is when the show just gets so confusing, and I love it.
Grandpa! Grandpa!
What did he do to him? They played cards.
Now, Suzy Lu has started doing this from my understanding. That's fucking great. That's all my issue was. I do hope she stops flagging videos. I wouldn't like this video to be flagged because I'm not trying to come at Suzy Lu. I'm using her as an example and the situation of her as an example to showcase the problem. And if you are a YouTuber and you want to make content about this, please consider making a similar video using how she has abused the system to try and get attention to YouTube to fix their goddamn system. They are also already calling out her for false flagging. They just happen to add on the other thing. Just like I have a right to call somebody out for abusing the industry I work in, YouTubers have a right to call somebody out for abusing the industry they work in. And that's all they're doing. Do they add the second part on, the secondary issue? Yes, but to me, the false flagging is a secondary issue, and I can include it here. Do I have to call out every single person that's ever false flagged to make a point? Is that what you guys need? Can you not look this up on your own or just look up that the law is being broken? If somebody stole from a bank, the prosecution does not need to bring up every single person who has robbed a bank. Maybe if it warrants, maybe if the situation is unique, they can bring up other situations that were unique. However, that's not the case here. That's all I'm trying to do here. I'm not trying to bully. I'm not trying to jump on the bandwagon. I don't have a thing against the woman personally. I have a problem with the way this is all being handled, not just with her channel, but all the other channels that are doing the same thing. It's still breaking the law, and I would like that to be fixed. So going back into what counts as fair use, PewDiePie's video does count as fair use. If she, and I have not seen her new clips, if she is clipping the video down and explaining things and doing it in the same format PewDiePie does, that is fair use. That counts. That's all I needed. And I hope that the other channels see this video and start doing the same thing, because then you're not breaking the law. And that's brilliant. Another issue people have had with Suzy Lu is her reselling the anime. Now, if the clipping continues, if she is editing this down, that's fine. Then it doesn't count as reselling. I do know that her Patreon, from my understanding, has now been taken down, where she was making $8,000 to $10,000 off of this content. Believe it or not, even with YouTube's fucked up system, not all companies can find out that people are doing this. Normally, for somebody to know that they're selling, let's go back to the artist example, where an artist is making artwork of a character that's too similar to the franchise's art. Normally, they get away with it for a few months until a company representative happens to be at the same convention and sees that and reports it. And that's not a bad thing. I know that some people are going to go, oh, that's terrible. Why would they report it? It wasn't bothering anybody. It is. And here's kind of why. People are dumb. Okay? So if an artist were to say, take Sailor Moon and draw her in a political outfit, or supporting a political, maybe she's wearing a t-shirt that says a political statement on it. The dumb people, the idiots that exist in the world, are going to see Sailor Moon wearing this t-shirt, and they're going to say, the anime company is making this political statement, when they weren't. So to defend themselves, they have to be aggressive in that nature. Your content and your artwork could have just been Sailor Moon and her cat chilling out. But they don't know that, and they don't know what else you could create. So they just have to kind of defend all of it. And I'm not a lawyer, but I do understand a little bit of entertainment law. And from my little bit of understanding, again, if you're a lawyer that has knowledge of the copyright system or entertainment law, from my understanding, you have to defend it at all costs. If they defend some content and not others, that's also taking a political stance. So you could say, oh, you were allowing this person to do artwork of Sailor Moon, but you're not allowing me to create artwork of Sailor Moon. This is oppression. This is restriction of free speech. So to avoid that whole clusterfuck, just anytime they see somebody doing that, they strike it. And it saves them a lot of headache from going from case to case to just being like, no, everybody follows these rules. Now, if you can't sell artwork, re-uploading the anime, be it the entire, faded opacity or not, it is still taking money from those who would watch the sub or watch the dub on platforms that paid for the sole right to distribute it. Eventually, these companies will find out about these other channels. What I really hope, because I don't ever want to tell a content creator, stop content creating, what I really hope is that those content creators see this video and go, oh, I didn't know I was breaking the law. I didn't know there was a way to change it. I will do it structured as this. And that's all we need. But if they're going to continue re-uploading uncut anime where people aren't going to go watch that anime again, you are directly affecting the business. You are costing them money that is infringing on copyright. And so I hope that this video draws attention to that and it fixes it in one way or the other. But eventually these companies will find out. Saying that the companies haven't struck them yet doesn't mean the companies won't strike them later. It just takes time to find out about these things. Just like with the artist, somebody has to report it. They trust the YouTube bot system, and so they're normally not actively searching for this content. This whole clusterfuck, I believe, has drawn attention where these companies are realizing, oh, she is uploading this. And that's where I believe, going into section 4, Suzy Lu is heading towards a lawsuit. Now, she does seem to be fixing this. But if you are a content creator watching this video who's not editing things, you are also heading for a lawsuit. It is only a matter of time before these companies find you and will either claim your video for revenue or will take you to court. To paraphrase JonTron, anime companies have sued for less.
Possibly facing real jail time. It's not libel. I'm just saying Nintendo has sued for less.
Take you to court for infringing on their copyright, for reselling their anime, and for losses. Because you are stealing from another artist. It's like when people see artwork that an artist has worked really, really hard for, and somebody just sends out a tweet and claims it as their own. It's stealing art. And that's what this same thing is doing. It's not giving credit to the people who deserve the views, who deserve to make money off of what they've spent money making with Suzy Lu. But if she uploads the uncut, unedited version to her website, yeah, she's gonna get sued. If you take it off of any platform, right now, the way these platforms work is they kind of protect you as a content creator. If you're breaking rules, YouTube's not gonna see it. Let's be real. What does YouTube pay attention to? YouTube's not gonna see it. The companies are gonna trust their bots. And if you're tricking the bots by fading the opacity or putting it in a small little box to where maybe that code can't be registered as well, I'm not sure about that one, because again, not the YouTube thing, that's just a theory here, then it comes down to just a matter of time before it's reported. And then you're either gonna get your YouTube videos taken down or your Patreon taken down. But if you go off of this site, you lose the legal protection you had from the site. And now they can go after you directly. Now, also part of the reason I understand why Suzy Lu is being attacked and focused here is because she is reselling the anime. Reselling, or was, I don't know if she still is, but the reselling of the anime was another point. From my understanding, most of the other people are not uploading these episodes to Patreon. They are not putting up their own website. There are some. That's the same issue we had with Suzy Lu. Don't do what Donnie Don't does. If Suzy Lu gets in trouble for it, why do you think you're gonna be the exception? And this is where we get that problem of that mindset of, well, everybody else is doing it, so I can do it too. No, you're just all gonna get sued. You're all gonna get in legal hot water. Is that where you want to be? No, it's like the idea of, well, if we all go rob a bank, then we can't all go to jail. What? No, you're gonna get caught. Especially if you're continuously robbing banks every single day. Like you are uploading episodes every single day. Now that is an extreme situation to prove a point. Both are broken laws, so they will have different prosecutions. Maybe you go to jail for 6 months. Maybe you go to jail for 6 years. Maybe you go to jail for 60 years. But if you break a law and you're going to go to jail for 6 months, you cannot use the argument that this person broke the law and they're going to go to jail for 6 years, so my broken law doesn't matter. No, they're both still broken laws. Whether you're robbing a bank or you're stealing other people's content, you're stealing other people's videos and you're profiting off of it, they'll have different outcomes with the legal world, but they are still broken laws and that doesn't justify it. I've also had people claim that the reason Suzy Lu is targeted is because she is a woman. Hi, I'm a woman on the internet. I'm fully aware that there are some fucking idiots out there that are gonna leave a comment below attacking my appearance. Oh, this green-haired bitch. This lady needs to shove it in her mouth. Fully aware that those are gonna be comments. I get those. Now, I'm also fucking aware that that is a small group of people that I can easily just block and go on with my day. If somebody hates you because you're a woman, they're gonna hate you because you're a woman. If someone hates you because you're a guy, they're gonna hate you because you're a guy. And, there are people like that. There are women who hate men just for being men. There are men that hate women just for being women. But thank God, it is a very small population of the internet. To try and group up all the people that are giving criticism to Suzy Liu as bullies, as sexist, is generalizing. And that's not an okay thing to do. You cannot take a small group of people and say, well, all of you are like this. That's the equivalent. Again, we're going to use an extreme situation here to try and help prove the point. That's the equivalent of saying, do you drink water to live? Did you know that murderers drink water to live? Therefore, all people who drink water are murderers? There was a very, very small section of the population who drinks water that chose to murder people. No, that's not how that goes. It's a very small section of the population who happen to drink water and then become killers. That does not mean every single person who drank water is a killer. Just like there is a small section, very, very small section of this online group of people that are critiquing Suzy Liu that are sexist. Just like there are going to be some people in this video, I'm sure, that go, oh, it's a woman speaking. I hate her. However, I thank God that that's going to be maybe 1 out of 100,000 people. Do you understand how few those people are? Yeah, they seem like the vocal majority because they're loud. But most of the time, if you retweet or you bring out attention to the loud idiot being a loud idiot, they're going to get shamed by the community for being a loud, idiotic idiot. Thankfully, they're not the majority. So to try and say everybody critiquing Suzy Liu, it's because she's a woman, is just false. Yes, there are some people in there, but there are plenty of people who are actually, believe it or not, judging Suzy Liu based off of her actions, her character, and how she interacts with people more than what she's got going on below the waist. Like, a lot more. And to generalize them all and say, oh, your opinion doesn't matter because you're just targeting someone because they're a woman, when their opinion was actually based off of how she presents herself, how she interacts with the YouTube community, how she does illegal actions, how she flags videos that can be considered criticism, which is fair use. If you silence criticism, you are silencing free speech. Now, there are issues where you run into hate speech. Yes. But to say every video that is criticism is hate speech when it's not is the same generalizing problem. And I believe most of the people that are critiquing Suzy Liu have not brought up that she's a woman. And it's not just because, I've heard some people say, oh, she's a woman who uploads videos doing this and all the guys got to do it beforehand. Here are 2 women I quickly found in a YouTube search that are doing the same thing. Am I saying target them? No. Again, from the start of this video, I do not condone harassing, attacking, bullying, any of that bullshit. Get it out of here. I don't fucking want it. I don't want you in my group. I don't want you on my YouTube. I don't want you in my life. Fuck off. But their actions should still be addressed. Suzy Liu brought attention to this entire situation by doing the false flagging. And she would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for the false flagging. And other people are still getting away with it because they have a false flag. They found a way around the YouTube algorithm, the YouTube bots, and they're abusing the system. Now, Suzy Liu double abused the system by abusing the system and then flagging other content creators. She started affecting the livelihood of others who were aware of it. Just like when these anime companies become aware that you're affecting their livelihood, they will strike it down. Suzy Liu was the catalyst for all of this. And I'm just trying to take this spotlight that's shining on all this and address that there are still other channels out there that are doing the same thing. If your issue is with the law being broken, then we need to address all of it. Now, if your issue is with the law being broken with her false flagging, which is still infringing on somebody's fair use, absolutely critique it. Because from my understanding, she's the only one doing it in this situation. Out of the group of people that are infringing on the anime industry, she is the only one also doing the false flagging that I know of. So depending on which law you're defending, you're going to have different issues. Your main issue with Suzy Liu may be that she's flagging videos for false infringement. in which case you're going to mainly address her. If your issue is with the anime and the law being broken, which can be a subcategory of your issue over here. If you've got a YouTube issue, and then your secondary issue is, by the way, she's breaking the law, please bring up the other people breaking the laws. Because I feel like there's a misconception going on that she's the only one doing this. But she's not. Now, if your issue, like mine, is the anime industry, you may highlight all this. And then as a secondary issue, bring up that she's false flagging on YouTube, that she is trying to silence people. Both are still broken laws, and they should not be ignored. Just like anybody who's false flagging videos that have nothing to do with anime. This could be maybe somebody's going over there false flagging, I don't know, memes. Maybe that's a terrible example, but maybe you created a meme and you said, oh, you used my meme in the meme review, and now I'm gonna strike you down. That's a false flag. Maybe somebody comes into this video and sees my video references that I've made in here, the Nami thing. Maybe they see that and they flag it and they say, you're infringing on my copyright. Well, it was transformative content, so that's a false flag. Now that still kind of relates to anime, but I hope you get the picture. That you can still be just false flagging something completely unrelated and it still be breaking the law. Suzy Lu, that's why she's the main spotlight, as well as having the most subscribers. It's not because she's a woman, because then why would these two women be excluded from this conversation? And a lot of people get pissed off that they're not addressing the other anime react channels, and that's exactly what I'm here to do. But yes, I can see how, from the outside looking in, it seems hypocritical to call out Suzy Lu for anime react videos and not call out other people for anime react videos. If that is your problem, take it up with the whole community of people breaking the law. But I can also understand that most of this has been focused around her false flagging. So most people are focusing on that because that's the issue they really have. My issue is still with that because this video, who knows how long it'll be around? And I haven't said anything mean towards Suzy Lu. Again, I don't know the woman. I'm not here to attack somebody I don't know. I'm not here to attack. Some people are going after her physical appearance. That's not fucking cool. Just like there's probably going to be some comments under here where somebody didn't watch it and they make fun of my green hair, or they make fun of this, or they make fun of that, and they just go for physical things because it's very easy to see. And so they don't listen to my point that I am using her situation to address the problem with all of these channels and how they need to be fixed. You know, if your issue is with YouTube flagging, yeah, she's the only one doing that. Go for it. That's why she's being the center of the spotlight. If your main issue, again, we got that first issue, that secondary issue. If your first priority issue is she's silencing the people, she's false flagging videos to get them taken down. Yeah, they're going to make videos about that. From my understanding, most YouTubers have focused on that. And I think because they've only focused on that and occasionally brought up the secondary issue of the anime, that's where people are going, well, why aren't you mad at all anime channels? Why are you just mad at Suzy Lu? And it's because their main issue was this, so their main issue was that. Just like there's somebody who may say, Rachael, the false flagging is far more important. Why aren't you talking about that? Because I don't know YouTube. And they may not know the anime industry. So we kind of want to focus on the things we speak about. That's why I'm making this video, is I'm not trying to jump on the bandwagon. I'm trying to provide the secondary thing that seems to be going on through most of these videos, that it is still illegal, and here's why. So the final section, and I'm trying to put this all in one long video, and I'm sure I'm going to have to make a second one. I don't want to. I want this just to be one and done. Final point. What can Suzy Lu do to protect her career or to salvage her career at this point? A couple things, because I don't want to see a content creator stop creating. She clearly makes people happy, and that's a great thing. She wouldn't have so many stans if she didn't matter to somebody. So I don't want her to go away. I don't want her YouTube channel deleted or taken down. I don't want any of that. How she can salvage it. She has to stop the false flagging. She does. You cannot silence critique, okay? If you guys want to take this video and make a critique video about it as well, by all means, go ahead. And I'm not going to flag you. I'm not going to silence you because you have a right to say those things. Now, YouTube does have a right to take down the bullying videos. I don't blame her for wanting the bullying videos down. Just like if you uploaded a video just calling me a fat ass whore, the whole thing, yeah, that's going to fall into bullying. I'm probably still not going to watch the video, but if somebody else flags you for it, don't be surprised. It goes against YouTube's terms of service. So she's got to stop flagging people that aren't doing things. She needs to learn what fair use is. Because I think if she knew what fair use was, she wouldn't have flagged the original video saying, oh, I own the copyright to my face. Because it was transformative content. At the time, and maybe she does now, she didn't understand the transformative content, or she did understand it and chose to ignore it. So she's got to stop the false flagging. She already has started to implement one thing that could save her. That's editing down the videos. And I think that's a great step towards a solution here. If she keeps doing that, it'll be great. She needs to create videos edited down like PewDiePie's was versus uploading the entire content. She could even go, she's still been uploading gameplay footage, uploading gameplay all the way playthroughs, and that's fine. I'm not here to tell you you cannot do an entire playthrough and re-upload it. And that is totally fine. Because even then, your game experience is going to be completely different for somebody else's game experience. Because of that, you'll have different situations that happen. She also has to stop selling the anime. And I do not know, as of this video being recorded, because her Patreon was just taken down when I recorded this, I don't know if she's still uploading the uncut, unedited versions on her website. If she has stopped that, brilliant. That's 2 out of 3 so far. And if you are a content creator or you find a content creator who is doing this, please make them aware it's not okay. You can't keep doing this. This counts for Patreon as well. She also probably, in my opinion, would need to do some damage control about her public representation. She has been called out for allegedly lying about things, being hypocritical about other things. So she needs to apologize, in my opinion. She has to step down. You have to drop the armor. You have to drop the sword and the shield and hey, everybody chill. Let's all talk. Because if we continue, and this goes on for everybody else who's watching this, if we continue to attack, we're never gonna be able to actually have a conversation. If we can't ever have an actual conversation, we're just gonna be two people screaming at each other. Now, with that said, there are gonna be some people who want to scream. You can be willing and open to talk to somebody and they're just gonna wanna yell at you. That's fine. Just understand that those people probably aren't worth arguing with. They're looking for an argument. They're not looking for a discussion. Also, if you're one of the people that are just being a jackass to this woman, stop it, because you're also representing the rest of us who are trying to articulate our critiques. You got to remember that there are some people that are going, oh, well, all of you are like this. All of you act like that. They're generalizing. So you're giving the generalizing people ammo to use against us. And it's also just it's a dick move. It's a fucking dick move. You don't need to bully people, okay? You can comment that she's breaking the law. You can comment about her hypocrisy. You can comment about her lies. The comments about her physical appearance and all that shit, I get you're angry, especially with the way she's represented herself publicly. She comes across as someone who does not want to listen, who does not want to understand, and that kind of doubles down with the original thing she did of silencing critiques. So yeah, people are pissed. You gotta stop it. You have to actually be willing to open up and discuss with people. I'm sure some of these YouTubers would love to have a civil conversation and discuss things with you. And maybe that's something you should look into. And I'm talking about you as if Suzy Lou has made it this far in the video. I haven't even found this video. I don't know. But if you are, that's what you need to do. You need to start being able to open up to talk about things and to stop flagging people, to stop silencing things. I understand in a situation like this, it can feel like everybody's out against you. And that's not a good feeling. It can seem like a mob is coming at you. Just like I'm sure there's going to be a mob of her supporters that come at me blindly, not watching the video, just attacking. And there are people on the other side who are also just blindly attacking her. That doesn't help anybody. That doesn't help the conversation. So with that said, those are my opinions. Those are my thoughts about the whole thing. Please do not send hate towards anyone or any content creator mentioned in this video. I don't want to be somebody who just only talks about this. I'm going to get back to my gameplay videos. I've got a new ARC video coming soon. But if this situation escalates and you think my opinion as somebody who has a good understanding of this field, you want to hear that opinion, yeah, I'm fine to make a second video. But it looks like Suzy Lou's fixing her shit. I goddamn hope so. Because it cannot be enjoyable to have that much negative attention on you. There are people who like it, like a certain person who may give their cats vodka. They don't seem to mind the negative attention. But she doesn't strike me as one of those people, just from outsider looking in. Again, I don't know her. I do hope just from one human looking at another human. And also the humans that have been affected by this. You know, the content creators who worked hard on their videos, who had them silenced for no reason. Not talking about the bullying videos. Talking about the other ones that were just fair critique. Or fair use as in utilizing her game clip. You have to look at all the people that have been affected negatively. As a human looking at all those people, I feel for the content creators. I feel for her, believe it or not, as just another human looking at another human. I don't know her whole situation. Maybe she didn't know about it. It seems unlikely as she went to efforts to avoid those content claims. just like the other creators are doing. Hello, it's Rachel from 10 p.m. I've been at this since 10 a.m. I just wanted to say that also if you are a content creator who was just following the layout and assumed that because other content creators were doing it that it was legal, I'm not shaming you for not knowing. I hope this video just helps you be able to transform your content to where it is legal. That's a whole different thing. This has to stop. Because it's not fair to the people who worked on the animation, to the people who created those shows, to the voice actors, to the animators, to the writers. Everybody involved lose money because of this. And therefore, you'll see fewer shows. You won't see second seasons to things. If you're ever like, oh, I wanted a second season to this show and it never happened, it's because it didn't make enough profit. That's almost always what it is. Occasionally, you get somebody who says, no, I don't want to make another season. No, I don't want to do this. But most of the time, if it makes a profit, they're gonna fucking milk it till it's dead. And so if you take away that profit, you take away second seasons, you take away good stories, you put voice actors out of work, you put animators out of work, you put writers out of work. It's still what it does. Just like if you're breaking the law and everybody else is breaking the law, you're still breaking the law. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this video, as I'm sure I'm going to get downvoted into oblivion for stating this and probably lose out on some jobs. But I appreciate you watching all the way to the end. Holy hell, I don't know how long this video is going to be. If you guys would like to help support the channel, as I make genuinely no money off of this, I have a Patreon that I'll link below where I don't upload anime. I'll just let you know that there. We also have a Discord you can join, and I'll put the link in the bio as well. And I hope to see you over there. You can follow me on Twitter if you want. I'll probably be talking with more people about this over there. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Please be civil. Please be kind. Stay safe. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.
Okay, man. Good luck with that. I don't know. I wouldn't have done it. But you're just a boy with a dream. And I get that. I've been a boy with a dream. I just did it through legal channels.